Hi, this is Blake Levine. I want to thank you so much for getting a VIP Eventbrite ticket. Today we're talking about something that's really fascinating and fun and enjoyable to learn. So first of all, I prefer making money when stocks are going up, but I want to talk about how there are ways, even in a market like today, stocks were sort of flat. The Nasdaq went down, and the other parts of the market were barely up. And in a day like that, there are possible profits that are gigantic. So, what I want to talk about today is how a stock option returned over 27 times its money after earnings. So, let's talk about what that first means. So, the stock was going to be having earnings and it was going to be announced today how much it is. So, oftentimes, every few months, stocks do their earnings. And if the earnings were really terrible, the stock can go down a lot. And that's what happened today. So if you were to buy the stock, I'm going to tell you what it was. It was PDD Holdings. It was down $39.87. So by the end of the day, it was at $100. It had went down $39.87, which was down 28.51% in one day. So that's a very dramatic downturn. That's a Chinese internet company, but that means it was down $39.87 per share and 28.51%. Now, with options, that means you could have been yesterday to buy options on the PDD. And I'm looking here and I want to give you some examples of the percentage gains if you bought the put options. So here we'll start with 2,243.64%, and then 2,346.60%, 2,477.17%, 2,796 and 25%. So let's look at that. So that is a 123 put. Now, what that means is yesterday you had the ability to buy. It's actually a Monday, so yesterday would be Friday. So if on Friday you were to have wanted to buy the put, which we're going to look at, it went up the put from a very small amount. It went up $22.37 for 2,796. So what that is telling you, let's just put that in perspective. If you spent $10,000, it went up 27 times. So that's 270,000. If you spent $1,000, it went up to $27,000. Now, what's great about this is these are rarities. So I want you to get that term in your mind about it being rare. So this doesn't happen quite often, but this is one of the only ways. If I said today, it's Monday, August 26th, where could I see in from a Friday to a Monday a 27 times gain? It would be very difficult for the average person to find anything that could make 27 times its money. So, what I want to share with stock options is quite common for an option to make 30%, 50%, even 100%. So that means if you invest 1,000 to trade, it could become 2,000. Now, in this situation, 1,000 would become 27,000. And that's what super exciting is to just talk about how that is possible and learning about different things. See, you might get into a time where you see earnings being bleak. And at that time, you may say, hey, I noticed this company isn't going to be doing well, so I want to buy put options on that stock. And if someone did that on Friday, they bought put options on PDD, they made a large amount of money. Almost any of the options were up from 15 to 27 times. So the reason you should know that is there can be occasions where you choose to short. So let's say someone today, the market was sort of flat, there wasn't much money. Someone could have bought and made a massive profit in shorting PDD by buying the call option. I want to tell you something incredible too. Let's say it was $150 for a put option. If it went wrong, because one of the things I'm teaching about is risk, it doesn't always have to go right. So if you spent $150, at most you would have lost the $150. So I want to tell you that was your biggest risk. It was the 150 if you spent that. But if you got it right, you got 27 times that 150. So what I'm telling you today is learning about the markets can be both interesting and exciting. Maybe you have another job and you look at the markets. Maybe you do lots of different things. I've met many people that are trying to hang on and they're looking at all different ways to find profits and proceeds. I wanted to take time today to share about how shorting through put options made today 27 times money on one of the most shorted names. Again, sharing about the stock, it was a gigantic move. It was down over 28%, and it's a giant internet company in China. But the reason I teach you about this is there is super risk in trading. So, for example, if you did 10 or 15 trades that you tried to get a 25 return, it would be rare. I would say at best, I usually see most days up to 14, 15, 16 times money. And occasionally, this is a special one, it was 27 times. But learning about it can keep you interested. And occasionally, I have to say, in my journey, there's been times I really do hit a big, giant success. I had it with Zoom earnings one time. The earnings were incredible, and the stock went up a giant amount, and the small amount put in options went up a lot. I also had that with a Target stock one time. And I've seen when that happens, it can build big gains. It also can keep you motivated because many people I meet are looking to see things that are exciting. And a big gain like that can be super exciting. Let's say someone put in 10,000 and somehow happened to get it because it's rare that they got the exact right one that made so much. But if they put 10,000 in and they made 270,000, that's super exciting. And even if you're someone that I would probably work with to encourage to go for smaller gains, you might say to yourself, what else can I put 1,000 in? It could become 2,000 or 3,000, even if you only do a tiny percentage of your portfolio. Now let's talk about how hedging can be helpful. Let's say stocks were down 20%. If you had $1,000,000, you lost 200,000. You could do hedging through options to protect yourself, to keep your portfolio from going down a ton. So that's why I wanted to share today, and I thought it'd be exciting to talk about how an actual stock went up. I'm going to share this one. This is a PDD, August 2024, $123 put. So the price of it, let's say on Friday, the last trading day, it was 80 cents. So every stock option is 100. So let's do 100 times 80. So that's $80. So if you bought an option for $80, okay, just put this in perspective. From $80, because the stock went down so much, it became at close today 2317 times 100. So that's $2,317. So your $80 became $2,317. This is why I'm teaching you to learn about these skills. Plus, I want to admit some people get into trading because they think it's easy and they'll get these giant gains and be super rich. It's not always that simple. And that's why learning about understanding how complex it is, how it really works, how to decide if you want to do that. Maybe you choose to keep 98% of your money in more secure investments and you do 2%. It's up to you to understand and to learn. And I thought today sharing about something that went from $80 to 2,317 from Friday to Monday. That's one trading day. That's what's possible. And when I see this, a plus 2,796.25%, I say, wow, there really are interesting things to learn about. And maybe you're finding things are slow. Maybe it's not as exciting with what's going on in your business or your career, or your life, or anything. You want to have an exciting thing to focus on. Even if you took my training and you just paper traded for a year, you could do it without even risking any money. You could see for yourself how different things would go. That's something you could do. You could pick 100 or 200 different earnings days and stock puts or options and see what you would make. You could write down, if you bought one, what it would be the next day or the next week and get an idea for a year how much money you would make or lose. And then you're getting a real way of seeing how you trade and how you succeed or fail. And even with a tutor, I could build you up to understand more and to build, because there are times, and I'll just share this, where stocks could be going down a lot and you could have several months where put options are making a fortune, or the opposite, stocks are going up a ton. There's so many going up, there's a lot of profits to be made. So you might want to figure out in your life how to have this as one of the things you work on, that you understand, that you build. I want to thank you so much for taking time to listen today. And I just want to focus on there's real risk. It's very rare to get 27 times gains. And oftentimes people fail in trading, but by understanding more about it, by learning, by investing your money and time to be better. You have a better chance of overall success. I want to thank you for attending this Eventbrite. You all get, as part of this VIP access to the VIP tutoring. We were doing a $9,999 1 week training. We still have it, but we're offering people that attended today VIP access to reduce price tutoring. We work one on one with me. Please look for an email. If you signed up to attend this event, you will get an email from a team member to talk to you if you want to hire me to work with you on tutoring for stock options and small caps. I wish you guys wonderfully well. And I thought it'd be exciting today when I saw that 2,796% from $80 to 2,317. Wow, I figured it'd be great to share. You have a wonderful day, and please do look for that email. Talk to you soon. And again, this is Blake Levine, the Trade Tutor.